My name is Connie, your fabulous founder of Meraki Therapy, and today I wanted to come to you because in the lead up to my 10-week workshop, starting on the 20th of September, I've been asked a few questions. And what I thought I would do is I would answer some of those questions in today's live session. So I wanted to answer 3 questions that I felt were the most common questions that came up. And the first question was, since moving to Paris as an expat, my heart feels like it is in 2 places. How do I find my true home? Question number 2, I want to be able to look in the mirror and like what I see. Beautiful question. Question number 3, I feel like I've given up who I am in my current relationship. And I don't know who I am anymore. How do I find the true me? So let's start with the first question. You're an expat, you've just moved to Paris, and you feel like your heart is in 2 places. I'm a firm believer in Louise Hay, and the workshop that starts on the 20th of September is based on the beautiful philosophies of Louise Hay. And it's perfectly designed to uncover limiting belief systems that prevent you from living a life that you love. And one of the things that she really believes, and I resonate with fully, is this idea of how when you're born, you're this perfect person who's connected to who you truly are. And what happens is that as we grow up, we start to take on belief systems that we get from society. And these belief systems start to separate you from who you truly are. And those of you who believe in A Course in Miracles, you will resonate with this. The Course in Miracles talks about how those belief systems that I just mentioned become the story of who you think that you are. So you see, when I first moved to Paris, this is the journey that I went on, is I felt like my heart was in 2 places. It was still in England, and I used to live in South Africa as well, so my heart was in South Africa, and then I moved to Paris, and my heart was in Paris. And what I came to realize through my own personal journey was that when you feel like your heart is still in another place, the question is that your heart, or is it your story? Why is it that you feel that your heart is still in the country where you were before moving to Paris? Is that because you're feeling unfulfilled in Paris right now, or in the place that you are? Are you giving power over to your story? Or yes, sometimes where we move to is not in support of what we need. So what we'll do in the 10-week course is we'll look at uncovering belief systems that aren't who you are, and look at who you truly are. So we'll look at, is moving, for example, in this context, we'll look at, has moving to a new country been a supportive move that is in alignment with your heart, or is it a move that is in alignment with your mind? Do you need to let go of some of the belief systems that you held about what life was supposed to be? So when I came over to Paris, the culture was completely different. And I had to try and let go of my belief system around what was the correct culture, what was the correct belief system that I was supposed to hold. And I had to, do some inner work to uncover who I truly was. So we'll uncover that. The next question was a beautiful one. I want to be able to look in the mirror and like who I see. We will do a lot of mirror work in the 10-week workshop. And Louise says that what she does is she often recommends that what people do is they look in the mirror. Because what you will see is you will see all the belief systems that you have about yourself that reflect how you are not good enough. I really believe that there are 2 source beliefs underneath all of our thoughts. So you have a source belief that you're not good enough, or a source belief that you are good enough. And what happens is that a thought just covers up that original source belief. So if you're looking in the mirror and you're seeing, I've got, blemishes on my face, or I've got saggy eyes, or oh my God, look, I'm aging, or I'm not as beautiful, or I picked up weight. What you're actually saying is, look at all the things that I'm not good enough in. And what we'll uncover in the workshop is we'll look at, okay, well, what are those belief systems? We'll look at where did they come from? We do beautiful awareness techniques through journaling, through body awareness, where we go into where that belief system may have originally come from, and we do some healing work to release it. And once you've released that belief system, you're able to find a more peaceful space where you can tap into the truth of who you are, which is this beautiful light, this beautiful spark of love that is good enough. And we'll look at creating that beautiful space. And the last question was, I feel like I'm giving up who I am in my relationship. I don't know who I am anymore. So this is one that resonates with me because this is what my personal journey was. And I found that I was giving myself up in my relationships because I myself didn't feel that who I was good enough. I was searching for somebody else to make me feel good enough. So what I was doing is I was constantly trying to get somebody else's approval. Now what you do is you try and give up yourself in a relationship. This happens sometimes unconsciously, very often unconsciously. You give yourself up in a relationship because you think that there is someone who you should be. Should be implies that who you are is not good enough. So you take on a role of who you think you should be in the hope that the person you are with doesn't leave you. Because if you think, you think, if I am this is what the person wants or needs, therefore they won't leave me. So you take on in life in general these roles and you take on these belief systems because you don't ever want to feel not good enough. They're all defense mechanisms. Because no one wants to feel that feeling. We know that feeling where you think, I'm really not good enough, and you go into that self-criticism. And a lot of the personality traits that we take on and a lot of the belief systems we take on are basically there because we want to protect ourselves from not feeling good enough. And in completion of the questions, I hope that answered your questions, those of you who asked them, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the 10-week workshop and how it's going to work. So it starts on the 20th of September and it's in the evening. It starts at 7:38 and runs for about 3 hours. And what we do is we do a lot of internal reflection work. Through journaling, like I said, through meditation, a lot of mindfulness, body awareness techniques, where we look at uncovering where the tension is within your body. We do pair work, we do group work, beautiful mirror work. We do so many beautiful techniques. And the thing that I like about the 10-week workshop is that it gives you a week to process and reprogram. Our belief systems and sometimes the way that we act are reactions. You see, we react because we have programmed these belief systems. And what's nice about doing a course over 10 weeks is that it gives you an opportunity to start to reprogram the neural pathways within your brain and to start to create a life that is more in alignment with who you are. And the thing that I really love about it is that at the end of the 10 weeks, you have a beautiful toolkit that you can use for the rest of your life to live a life that is who you truly are. I'm looking forward to connecting with you all at the 10-week workshop. Namaste.